The city of Aberdeen slept under a blanket of fog that night. Its granite buildings gleamed cold and grey beneath flickering streetlights, and somewhere along King Street, silence wrapped itself around a modest flat where tragedy had already struck. When Detective Miles Grayson arrived, the door was unlocked, the air still heavy with perfume, and a record turned slowly on the player, its melody fading into static. Inside lay Liam and Sophie Wallace, husband and wife, motionless on the living room floor. At first glance, the scene spoke of despair. 2 coffee mugs sat on the table beside a revolver. The gun appeared to tell the story of a motor suicide, but Miles had seen too many easy answers in his career to believe in them. There were no fingerprints on the weapon, no signs of struggle, and the husband's phone had vanished. On a torn envelope, in hurried blue ink, someone had written 3 trembling words, "Forgive my silence." In the days that followed, Miles dug deeper into the couple's life. He discovered that Liam had reported receiving threatening letters, messages hinting that his marriage hid dangerous secrets. When Miles examined the notes, something about the handwriting pulled at his memory. Late one evening, under the dull glow of his desk lamp, he compared the letters to an old file from a case he'd closed years ago. The writing matched his own. The truth struck him with unbearable clarity. 5 years earlier, Sophie had been a confidential informant, someone Miles had protected, and, against every rule, loved in silence. The letters weren't threats from a stranger. They were warnings from his own past, drawn into the present by someone who wanted revenge. And that someone, he realized with horror, was his former partner, Detective Rowan Hale, the only person who had ever known about his secret attachment to Sophie. Standing outside the apartment in the rain, Miles watched the city lights blur through the mist. The official report would call it a domestic tragedy, but he knew the truth would never see daylight. The granite streets of Aberdeen would keep their secrets, as they always did. Yet every time the wind moved through the narrow lanes, Miles heard her name carried softly in the shadows, a reminder that some crimes never end, and some loves never truly die.